You have entered the Chronic's rabbit hole, and Matt, thank you so much for your YouTube membership request. You're bringing something new down the rabbit hole today. The band's name is Caligula's Horse, and the song name is Oceanrise.
Thank you so much, Matt, for bringing Caligula's Horse down the rabbit hole for the very first time. I'm really looking forward to this. Thank you so much, Matt, for bringing Caligula's Horse down the rabbit hole. I'm so excited to get into this band. You let us know that they are a progressive metal band from Australia, and I am so excited. I know a couple Aussies. They're always so funny, so much energy, so I can't wait to see what's going to happen with this band and the song Oceanrise. If you guys are as excited to be here as we are, remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more Enter the Chronicness.
And on what you're saying, Matt did say that they have a lot of fun while doing this, so they're going to bring in the Aussie fun. Yes. Also, we know a lot about Caligula from history too, so that's also why I've always wanted to check out this band, because I'm a lover of history and I know what Caligula's done, so it's actually a really cool topic to kind of get into. He tried to make his horse a senate, for frick's sake, so he's an interesting one, just like us and you guys. That's why we love y'all. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
We've away, beg the illness, plead for stillness, where the mountains may.
These guitar riffs are so incredible because like they're muting so much of the reverb after the strum.
Yeah.
Like, so there's so many like abrupt stops on their riffs, so it sounds so choppy, but it was like meant to be choppy, and that kind of reminds me of an Ocean itself. And they're talking about this guy is trying to run away from all the things he's doing, but then I'm taking it he's continuing to do the things even when he's trying to find a different place to do it. And then eventually the ocean's gonna rise, and all your issues, you can't get away from the flood, y'all.
No, you cannot. And I like what you said about how they're like muting those riffs, because I noticed the drummer, he actually has like a blanket or something inside the drum that's like vibrating when he's hitting it, so it's like muting some of that double bass, because he is hitting that double bass, but it's a little bit muted. And the singer is so amazing.
Absolutely,
and I think they were harmonizing at the beginning, and it just was like so impactful. So it's just a very unique way of seeing a band play, especially being like a progressive metal band. Having like those amazing but harmonized, almost softer vocals, but then having those mutes on their instrument to take away that reverb.
That was standing out, right?
It really stood out for me.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm liking this a lot.
Just
different than I thought it was gonna be.
It was different than I thought it was going to be too, and I'm pleasantly surprised.
I love progressive metal. Like, I'm a Dream Theater lover, so you can see it on my hat. But I was really loving the singer, just how clean everything was coming out. And I feel like when they're talking about you can't beat the flood or the ocean with like the desert, it's not like all the sand's not gonna take away all the things that you've done. Like, you can't hide from this, even though there's billions upon trillions of grains of sand. We can't cover up what has already happened. It's coming out, and that's at least the image I was getting out of it. I could tell the guitar solo just like mesmerized you as well.
That guitar solo is insane. Literally, when that guitar solo happened, the thought that went through my head was, do I have to pay the power bill or can I go buy a guitar? So...
Get a guitar, please.
So, like, that's where that guitar solo put me.
Damn, eh?
Because I'm like, damn, like, that was so good. It was so well done. I also loved when they cut everything back and it was just the singer for that moment.
Yeah.
Because there was, you'll even see in the reaction where I was based on like timing and stuff, because I love the music.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, right here is probably where they're gonna, you know, bring everything back in, and they didn't.
Right.
And I was so happy about that because I love being wrong with music.
Big time. That's the time you want to be wrong.
That's
y'all.
the time you want to be wrong, is when you're like,
Caught
oh,
off
they're gonna
guard.
go here. It's like, oh, they didn't go here, and then
Yes.
they finish that chorus, and then they go, and it just gives you that like hiccup in your heart where you're like miss a beat almost, because it's so good and it's just bringing everything in correctly.
Yeah.
And then to have that guitar solo coming in, it's like, oh my. Oh.
And bringing things in incorrectly is what I'm used to as a progressive metal lover. So I was more expecting some of those where maybe you were more thrown off.
Yeah.
And you're becoming such a guitar lover now because of these type of bands, which is why I always love guitar off the back. Is if this is the stuff that you liked and were getting inspired by, like, how do you not get inspired by some of these solos that are coming out?
Absolutely. And for me, when like growing up, I was in orchestra. That's
Right.
what I did. I was in orchestra. I played in orchestra. We performed in orchestra, and we went across a couple provinces. So coming into this channel a year ago was because you showed me an Epica song that had the orchestra, and that was
Yes,
my
I did.
first introduction to like kind of progressive and orchestra and how metal and everything could kind of
Work together.
work together.
Yeah.
And now coming into this a year later, seeing these amazing bands, and like Caligula's Horse is phenomenal. It's not what I was expecting, which I was happily surprised about. The singer has such a beautiful voice, and the way they were muting everything. So
Yeah.
it wasn't so
Those riffs were nuts.
it wasn't so harsh, but it's not even that it was harsh. It was just the reverb and
jarring.
stuff. It was kind of jarring because it was like ocean waves crashing.
Yeah.
But it didn't have that like they even muddied the bass drum because
Right.
they had that blanket in there, so it wasn't coming in so loud. So like other instruments were shining, like all the different fills that the drummer was doing was all shining in
Yeah.
different ways that I'm not used to.
Right.
And it was so beautifully done. I'm like, I can't wait to hear more from this band.
Yeah, like those riffs were kind of making me almost uneasy, but then because of how beautiful the singing and everything else was flowing with it, it was like an amazing contradiction, which is kind of what I thought the song was talking about too. It's like, you think you can get away from all this stuff? Like, you've already said it. It's set in stone. That's why the ocean's here. Like, you can't stop this from happening.
Yeah.
So that was really powerful for me. And what I would love to know about Caligula's Horse is if they sometimes talk about Caligula at all, or if they go into kind of history sometimes, let me know about that. Because if not, like, I think the name is somewhat irrelevant to what type of music they're playing too, which is also awesome too, because that's actually what catches me. It caught me off guard because of that. I was expecting something, because all the things I've heard about Caligula was really like dirty and like provocative and all these type of things. So I was expecting that type of thing, but how much fun they were having. And I just love progressive metal too. So this is like definitely a band if I had a choice, would just go all in and just totally check out their discography. So you guys can help letting us know which way we should move with Caligula's Horse in the comments below, and like this video if you had a good time with us. And if you want to be part of the Enter the Chronic family, you always could hit the subscribe button as well, because we are now exiting the rabbit hole, folks. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you so much, Matt, for bringing Caligula's Horse down the rabbit hole. This group has so much energy and fun and talent. I can't wait to see more of them come down the rabbit hole. Peace and love, everyone.
God bless y'all.
Take care, and bye for now.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Enter the Chronicness.
Special thanks to all of our YouTube, Patreon, and Buy Me a Coffee members. Thank you for all of your support.